Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Travel Talk Tuesday. You're stuck with Chrissy, our all-inclusive travel specialist.
Hello.
And your favorite cruise travel specialist, Michael. So good to see you all. Good to be with you on another episode of Travel Talk Tuesday. We're missing Tamra, who is on spring break. So she checked out of school just like everyone else. And I don't know if we're allowed to say she's on a Virgin Cruise, so we won't tell you where she's at, but I'm sure she's having a great time.
Jealous, yes.
We are jealous, as we might have gotten texts telling us about what's going on in the ship, right?
Oh, yeah.
Was it bingo yesterday she was playing?
Yeah,
and she keeps shaking her phone for the champagne, and she says they're not bringing it, so...
Keep shaking.
Keep shaking it. I told her if William has to have the video camera on you while you're shaking it, then they'll bring it to you, and then send us that video. Yeah. And that'll scream a Facebook post, okay? Yeah. So stay tuned for that. But it sounds like she's having a great time on her trip, which we're not allowed to tell you is a Virgin Cruise, okay?
So, I didn't know we weren't allowed to tell, but...
Well, I don't know. I was just making that up. Okay. I don't know. Okay. So, busy weekend. Chrissy and I, we're still physically recovering, emotionally, spiritually recovering. But we had a great Sunday because it was the Sandusky Forever I Do bridal show out at Kalahari. Chrissy, what'd you think?
Oh, it was wonderful and busy. We met wonderful brides-to-be and mother-in-laws, and even some fiancés were around. So it was good. It was packed. 130
brides.
Yeah.
It was a good experience.
It was good.
We should have kept count. I think all-inclusives might have edged out cruises for interest just a little bit, but the overarching thing I heard when we asked people, well, what are you thinking about for your honeymoon? Overarching was somewhere warm, beach, relaxing, and some sightseeing. So we were pretty well represented with all-inclusive. We'll say the two best ways. Don't tell Tamara. The two best ways to travel, all-inclusive and cruises.
All-inclusive and cruises.
But it was a good experience. So
you're so generous today with that.
I'm in a really good mood. Maybe we talked about going out to lunch. So
okay.
I
knew it had something to do with food.
It usually has to do with food. And they had great food at the show, too.
They did. Yeah.
It was very good.
It was. And it was a beautiful Sunday. So I was wondering if attendance would be less because of that, but I don't think it was.
A lot of excited brides and a number of grooms there. Mm-hmm. And what's interesting is when we do these shows, the brides always bring a few little entourage, and usually there's a mother or mother-in-law or both, and that's always interesting dynamics to see.
Yeah.
But usually as we're talking about these trips and honeymoons, you can see it in the mom's faces that they need the trip.
Yes, and we did speak to a couple about this for themselves. So yeah.
And some of them even said, "Well, after they're gone, I'm going to need a trip." Yeah. And I think that's the case for a lot of these moms and mother-in-laws after a honeymoon and after the wedding festivities and stuff. Yeah.
Nowadays, my goodness, it's a lot.
Expensive too, because one of the brides said it could be like up to $35,000 for a wedding.
Oh, I think it can be even more than that. But I think she was talking about. Why spend, she was talking about destination, I think, go bring a few family members and friends down somewhere warm and get married there. And then you've got a little vacation involved in it as well. So
yeah, in which I am in a generous mood. I'm going to plug a little all-inclusive because one of the brides, I put all the crap together that we take to these shows. I boxed it all up. And I packed a ton of sandal stuff because that's like the epitome, as Chrissy says, of all-inclusives. No matter what kind of romance trip you're looking for couples, honeymoons, that's really the top. Now, not all of us can afford that. We know that. And there's other great options, but sandals is the big one. Well, they also have their sister resorts, beaches.
Yes.
And I almost grabbed a couple of brochures. I'm like, no, none of these, they're not going to want to think of kids and stuff. But we actually had a bride say she wanted a destination wedding, I think. But
and she has kids.
She has kids, so I didn't even think of that. But, there's other alternatives, too. So
doesn't have to be adults only, so.
Yes, a lot of good options for those destination weddings, okay?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So we, last time Tamara was gone and we did one of these shows, it was maybe 6 months ago. It was beautiful outside. We were down at Dockside.
It was more than 6 months, probably.
8 months ago?
Summer, yeah.
Oh, it is summer. Oh, a beautiful day. It's sunny out today, but it was nice and warm. And we said, let's go to, have the water in the background. I didn't know this. Someone told me that there was a bee attacking me during it, and I guess it's a fun video to watch. So go back and watch that one.
It's on YouTube.
That'll be on our YouTube channel. Look for the one Chrissy has sunglasses on, and I'm squinting because we're outside. But that's the bee.
Seagulls squawking, and the bee was annoying us, but it was,
and little geese running around, pooping everywhere. So it's a great episode. But watch that one. We did all about latest industry news, things happening in travel world, and our perspective on things. And so since Tamara's away, the cat's away, the mice will play. So we thought we would do another one of those because there's a lot of news and happenings in the travel industry, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for responding. That's
Yeah.
So, after COVID, everything kind of blew up. And now I feel like that pent-up momentum has just gotten bigger and bigger. Now, a lot of people are traveling.
Yes.
Add in spring break.
Yes.
Right now, Tamara sent us some unhappy texts because of all the craziness at airports. Chrissy, share with everyone a little update about what's going on with spring break. What do people need to be prepared for if you're traveling in the next few weeks?
Patience is what I'm hearing.
I don't have that.
Yeah, they said these are record numbers of people wanting to travel and traveling over spring break. Patience, longer lines. I think you need to just take into consideration you're most likely headed to a paradise somewhere, and you're just going to have to be patient and, be kind and relax and know that it may take a little longer to get there, but you're going to have a wonderful time.
Does this mean people need to be getting to the airport sooner, you think?
I do think so, especially international. And expect long lines in international because I think Cancun, for example, I think is a big spring break destination for kids, as I mean spring breakers, college-age kids.
And little ones too, no?
Yeah, and little ones. I do know that Cancun Airport in the immigration area does have kiosks. And if your passport is not expiring in 6 months and you don't have small children with you, families, you can bypass the long wait in immigration and use the kiosk. And I heard those go very quickly, in and out, 10 minutes, and you can be on your way to your wonderful vacation. So lots of travelers. I still have people calling for last-minute spring break deals and trips. And
wait, you have space in all-inclusives for spring break still?
Well, limited and pricey, but even domestic travel. People are looking for. So last week I looked, and Florida's pretty much now this would be the week after Easter. So there's some spring breaks going on now, but the week after Easter is a popular spring break time as well. Not a lot available in Florida unless you want to pay. Myrtle Beach, I looked at a little bit. It could be dicey weather-wise. It's not going to be as warm as it would be somewhere Mexico or Florida. But some availability, oceanfront, still beach. I looked at Scottsdale, Arizona.
Oh, you loved it there.
I loved it there, and beautiful pools, warm, sunshiny. So you wouldn't have the beachy sand atmosphere, but you could still have some gorgeous weather. Even Las Vegas. I mean, families there's things to do for families. Pools will be open that time of year, and there's shows and magicians and lots of things to do there as well. So I'm trying to think of other options.
Control where you could show those things.
Yeah, so I'm trying to put together some other options that aren't your typical Florida escape spring break, because those are pretty much gone.
I've had a couple cruise requests, and they didn't want the owners of the Royal Suite that was 10 or 11,000 because that's all that was left. I mean, there's I think they even shove people down in the cruise rooms, for the crew and stuff. I mean, the ships are pretty. You're not going to have much luck for us.
Well, and I think too, I've been looking at some all-inclusive vacations first couple weeks of June. So maybe if you're thinking last minute, you have the money set aside that you want to use, maybe look at an end of the school year trip instead of spring break, because prices are usually pretty good and there will be much more availability.
One other thing I think, you're talking about the airports and the craziness of spring break. It made me think of last week's episode, and it was a long one and a lot of information, but there's a couple of shortcuts people can consider. Probably not for this spring break because not enough time, but in the future, the TSA pre-check, the global entry, and those options. So watch last week's episode on that, or connect with any of us, and we can kind of help you with those tips to get through the airport craziness. But spring break is upon us at all the different airports and resorts and stuff. So patience is what Chrissy warns us. So other mass chaos and pent-up demand, passports.
Oh, yeah.
So there was a time after COVID that it was crazy and they were backed up. And then it kind of got nice where you were getting a passport back in a month, maybe a month and a half. But now the craziness has returned because, believe it or not, it's now over. It could be up to 10 to 13 weeks, up to 4 months, they're saying now, to get your passport. So we've talked about it here before. We highly recommend everyone get a passport. You're going to need it for most of Chrissy's trips, unless you're staying in the U.S. You're going to need it for cruises. Pretty much, we recommend it no matter what. Tamara's trips, passports are golden, and that's something that we think everyone should have. So it makes a great birthday, graduation gift, anniversary gift, Christmas gift. Yeah. No matter the occasion.
Get on it. Yep.
Just get on that.
Get it. Have it in your possession so you can take advantage of some of these last minute deals.
Even the Express, where you pay more, 7 to 9 weeks. And then the passport people say, the State Department people say, then you're relying on the mail service, which has its own issues sometimes with delays. So you really want to bank on those passports taking a long time. They're saying high demands for the passports. Actually, they're saying there's a higher demand now than pre-COVID. So more people are wanting passports, more people wanting to travel, which we've talked about here.
Yeah.
I think I read 500,000 requests a week.
Oh my gosh.
In the U.S. for passports, 500,000. And then like so many other businesses, the government processing it is short-staffed. So they're trying to hire people. If you're looking for a side job. That wasn't your bad wing, was it?
No, okay. Yeah, it is. But
oh, sorry. Okay. Maybe at nights you can process passports, make a few extra bucks. They're having overtime. They just can't process all these passports. So it's crazy.
Yeah, so just don't wait till you have to get it. Get it when you don't need it, because then you'll have it.
That's the problem, is that some of us wait till we're about to travel. We're like, oh, shoot. Or another word, it's going to expire.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of craziness, I thought we would transition to, I don't know if you've heard other craziness in the world. There's been protests. There's always protests in Europe. Yeah. Whether it's the trash department, whether it's the transportation department. There's always protests. There's some big ones recently in Germany, and it closed the two biggest airports in Germany on some of the busiest travel days of the year. Did you hear about that?
Yes, I heard you guys chatting about that last week.
We were, because it's between there and in the Holy Land, Israel, there's been some protests. We know that there was a cab issue in Cancun. Remember, the cabs were protesting the drivers, I think, for more money or better benefits or something.
Yeah. But see, when you book with me, you don't need to worry about that, because I get your transportation included, so you don't need to worry about the cabs.
Very good. So I guess that's a plug. That's a shameless plug, and that's why we're here to help you. So that if you were destined for one of those airports in Germany, Tamara would have rerouted you. Although she was actually gone, she would have been stuck with us rerouting you. Luckily, we had no one going to Germany on Monday during the protest. Yesterday during the protest, but it's a different environment in different parts of the world. And so I guess that's why when you have a travel partner on your side like us, we help you navigate those tumultuous waters, if you will, right?
Yeah. There was news, too, that last week, which I had no idea, that Turks and Caicos was still requiring vaccinations.
They were, but that's just
now it's
lifted.
Gone. But I feel, like I wasn't on the ball with that, but I didn't think anybody was doing that anymore. But they were until last week. So now Turks and Caicos can be visited without a vaccine.
Have you been there?
No, but I've looked at it a lot for people, and boy, does it look nice.
I think one of my sisters went to one of those.
Oh, yeah?
I mean,
it's
legit.
Yeah.
Turks and Caicos, I think that's a high. I think it's luxury. It's not cheap.
Yep. And it's hot. It's hot. People want to go there.
Hot temperature or hot popular?
Both. Hot.
Oh, all right. So if Turks and Caicos is your hot needs,
you do not need the vaccine any longer to go there. So
that's
probably the last one.
That's got to be one of the last ones in the Caribbean. Yeah. Well, I think that's a positive transition, because we talked about the bad news about all the hectic craziness of spring break and passports and protests. Now let's talk about something positive. So for all of our amusement park friends, there's been a lot of announcements, a lot of new things coming along the way down in Florida. And Chrissy, along with Tamara, are kind of experts in all that craziness that we call amusement parks and the Magical Kingdom, Disney World, Universal, all those, whatever that chaos down there is called. We all love it down there.
Yes.
But lots of news coming from there, Chrissy.
Yeah, there's
some announcements, I think.
I'm going to both sides of the coast, so California as well.
The left
Okay,
coast.
so I'm going to start with that. Disneyland is celebrating their 100-year anniversary this year. So they just started.
Mickey doesn't look 100.
I know.
Minnie surely doesn't.
I know. Aren't they precious? There are special attractions that are going to be happening and going on there during this time, including Wondrous Journeys, which is a new nighttime spectacular with fireworks. So they've redesigned their nighttime show. If anybody out there's been to Disney, you know that that's such a wonderful ending to your day. And so that is happening. The Food and Wine Festival in Disneyland is going on.
I love the Food and Wine Festival.
Okay, we've been to Food and Wine at Epcot in Florida. They also have a version of it out in Disneyland.
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, so that is happening.
We need Travel Talk Tuesday out there.
I know.
Tamara, if you're watching, we want to go to California and Travel Talk Tuesday for Food and Wine.
That's right. So, so the Food and Wine Festival is happening. And Disneyland After Dark, which looks like a fun thing.
Is that something scary or what is that?
No, it is happening where you can purchase a special event ticket. So when the park closes, they have special nighttime after hours, after dark. Actually, Disney World in Orlando does it as well. And it's called something different.
We did a Christmas one of those the one time.
Yeah,
and that was
we did a
kind of
Christmas
fun.
party. They have the Halloween party. This is just after dark. So just some new little things you can do. And I believe you get to actually, with that ticket, get into the park a few hours before it closes. So you really can extend your time and try something new out there. So I think that is something cool.
A lot of Disney fans out there.
Yes.
A lot of Disney fans.
So now, Disney World in Orlando, they have a brand new ride opening on April 4th. It's called Tron Light Cycle.
Oh, I've seen a lot of advertising.
So Tron, I think, is a movie, I don't know if it was popular in the 80s, but I am not familiar with it. However, this ride looks unbelievable.
Chrissy, I was born in the 80s.
Oh, that's right. So on this ride, riders will reach 60 miles an hour.
Oh, no. Mm-mm.
And you're on
like motorcycles.
Yeah. Like
I saw
the
pictures.
light cycle. So it looks amazing. So they're going to have that going. Animal Kingdom is celebrating their 25-year anniversary. Of course, they open on Earth Day, which is pretty apropos.
All right. In, I think it was 6th grade maybe, my family took me to Disney World, and they were just like announcing it, and you just saw like the sketches and like the little mock-up of that.
Yeah.
I've never been to the animal one.
Oh, Animal Kingdom, it's fun. They've got a couple great coasters. They've got that new, well, it's not new really anymore, but it's a newer Pandora. It's kind of like...
That's a bracelet, isn't it?
No, it's the Avatar, and I forget, I think it's Pandora's something. But at any rate, it's kind of like Soarin'. Do you remember Soarin' in Epcot where you go over
yeah, some people get sick, but I don't get sick.
Yeah, so this is a similar thing, but you go through the, it's pretty cool. So, so Animal Kingdom celebrating 25 years, and they're back to their character interactions and visits. And Moana, which is a big, popular, more recent Disney animated movie, there's going to be Moana is going to be there, so you can get pictures taken with her.
Like what cultural is...
Hawaii.
Oh.
Yeah, so Moana is very popular with some kids today. The Rock, he was the voice of somebody in the movie. The main...
I think the last one I saw was Lion King.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind.
Maybe Cars.
And right now at Epcot is the International Flower and Garden Festival through July 5th.
We've been there.
Now, that is very similar to... It's not similar to Food and Wine. It's
a little bit.
But they do have special drinks
stations.
and food, food kiosks with...
That's all I cared about.
Yeah. This showcases gardens, exhibits, and even those live concerts. Rick Springfield, he's going to be there at the end of May, 2 nights. So they have live concerts there as well.
I feel like the last time we were there, we saw one of those 80s women that had like a one-hit wonder. She was singing there.
I've seen Smash Mouth. I've seen Natalie Merchant from 10,000 Maniacs. But I can't remember who was there when we were there. But at any rate, they have concerts just like the Food and Wine. But this is the garden. They have topiaries cut out as Disney characters. It's beautiful. And I mentioned Rick Springfield will be there. So Disney World is also hosting an After Dark night. And I think one of the cool things they're doing is it's called H2O Glow. So Typhoon Lagoon, their water park, you can go there at night.
Oh, that would be cool
I
and
thought
possibly
that would
dangerous.
So I thought that would be kind of a cool thing to do. So those are some happenings at Disney, but also we have Universal.
Wait, can I interrupt you?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a good time to plug, because we've been to Disney. Mm-hmm. It's a little confusing.
Yeah.
It's a little complicated. And I think it's a good time to plug why a travel agent can be helpful to navigate these things, because some of these things, the shows sell out. Those nighttime things, they run out of tickets.
Yes.
Some of those rides, if you don't plan ahead and jump through the hoops they have you don't get to ride them. And there's a lot of inner workings
park reservations.
You need to know.
Yeah,
and I think that's where someone like Chrissy, an expert on that stuff, is very beneficial to help you plan. It's not just booking the trip.
Right.
It's actually planning each of those days out so that you can make sure you schedule and book what you need to book.
And Disney's not cheap, so you want to make sure you get the most for your money. I mean,
maximize,
it's a great, I mean, we're adults and we still love it. Not we adults, my adults. Oh no.
She just lost her notes. I was wondering if you were going to actually get...
Excuse me.
If you'd be lost without your notes.
Okay, I am, yes.
So let's transition to Universal, one of our other favorites in Orlando.
Universal.
We love Universal.
Is lots of adventure there. So we are big fans of Universal. And they have some amazing packages that are available right now. So you can get up to $650 off a 5-night package at Cabana Bay, which we stayed there. And
we loved it.
Walking distance to the water park.
Well, it has its own water park almost. It has the lazy rivers, a couple slides. The water park, the water there is fun.
Yeah. So
we're food and bowling. We love that place.
Yeah. So it was great. It was a great place to visit. You get up to $650 off. Also, if you purchase a 2-park, which is Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios.
Or Volcano Bay.
3-day pass, you can now get 2 days for free. So
5 days, 2 parks?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's
the price of 3.
And that's in addition to, you get City Walk.
And
if you stay at, any of the resorts have a lot to do.
Yes.
But Cabana Bay, we really like too.
And it's a great location. We even walked home from City Walk there once. I know you were not a fan of it.
But I did it again last time I was there for that conference. Yeah. And I showed people, and it wasn't that bad. It helps if you have Cold Stone. So I had ice cream in my hand when we were walking. So by the time we're 3/4 done, I finished my gotta love it size, that's 6,000 calories. But that walk's not bad.
We burned some, so. And it was just released last week. Halloween Horror Nights. They're back. Not my thing, but I know it's a lot of people's thing. In fact, I remember meeting a bride who wanted to do haunted houses last year at the Cleveland show. That was her honeymoon idea.
They have those RIP packages.
I know.
Who needs a VIP when you have an RIP?
So you get behind the scenes RIP. So they're now available, and that runs from September 1st through Halloween.
So contact Chrissy for any of those.
I have one more.
Oh!
So we also have Universal. We were talking about out west, California. We also have...
I don't know what you're doing there. You're starting to... I don't know what you're going to smack me or what.
I only had 1 cup of coffee today. So Universal Hollywood has the newest must-see attraction. And I'm sure you've heard of this.
I have it. Looks awesome.
Super Mario World. Now, this isn't my cup of tea because I think based on my age, but it's your...
I played it, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Nintendo.
So you can actually get lost in Mario's world, okay?
Interactive world.
There are interactive areas. They have little wrist things that you can go...
Bobby things?
Yeah, you can go through the area and make they have giant interactive, like, they look like the games, like the scenes from the games. There are interactive areas. Mario Kart. There's a Mario Kart ride. And they have a Toadstool Cafe, which I recently saw on TikTok, and they showed some of the foods that they have. Short ribs, and
cool.
It looks really good. Really good themed Nintendo. If that's your fan of Nintendo, you would love it.
I'm half tempted to go just for that.
I know, it seems fun, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I am happy to say that I can combine all of that with a great package. There's the Warner Brothers Studios out there. Our family has done that. You tour Friends, Gilmore Girls set.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Swing through an In-N-Out Burger. We visited the Santa Monica Pier, did Disneyland. So it's a nice way to put together a nice trip and kind of check all those boxes. So,
what is that, like a 5-day thing, you think? Or you think a week?
No, we did it, I think, in 4.
Oh.
Yeah, we did Disneyland 2 days. Oh, we didn't do Universal, though, that one. So, and then we did a Santa Monica. We did a park day.
Well, you'd have to do Universal.
And we did Warner Brothers. Yes. I mean, I would add that now. This was years ago. But yeah, and there's great hotels, reasonable around Disneyland, and
they get those fun tours where you go see where the rich people live too, huh?
Yes, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, those are my little theme park updates. So lots of opportunities to have some good family fun.
It seems like everyone, maybe because of the pent-up demand, these companies are all unveiling all this new stuff.
Yeah.
You know, Universal's doing a whole new park. Is
Yes.
it Epic?
Yes.
A whole new park that's going to be like bigger than the other parks combined.
Yeah.
Cruises are also doing that. You know, last year they launched a lot of new ships. A lot of new ships coming out. Let me just tell you some of these. So Virgin Voyages, one of your favorite.
Yes.
The delayed Resilient Lady is coming out this year.
Okay.
Resilient should be doing the Mediterranean.
Nice.
Brilliant Lady, the fourth ship of their new ships, will be coming out this year. Norwegian Cruise Line's Viva, the second in their Prima class, very highly regarded and highly reviewed ship. Celebrity Ascent, which is in their Edge class.
Sounds fancy.
It's like a resort at sea. I think you need to try one of their Edge class ships because it's amazing. Okay, Princess Cruise Lines, Sun Princess. Disney's about to launch another one.
They are?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. So this is where you find out
Wish
everything.
was the last one, right?
Yeah, they've announced some of them. So and then you know, I just had one of those brain fart.
Okay.
You know, I was on track. Oh, Royal Caribbean. You know, they had the Wonder of the Seas. They're really gearing up towards the Icon of the Seas, which will be a new class.
Oh, I've seen that commercial. My Lord.
Yeah, you know, they have a thing where they're on their emblem on the outside, the crown and anchor, and you can actually do a high ropes course where you're walking along, you know, 300 feet above the water.
Yeah, no thanks.
And then it drops you, and then you slide around this Crown and Royal thing for all those crazy people. So
no, thank you. But it sounds fun for somebody.
Well, I think you would like the chill pool on the back, that's suspended cavalier pool with a infinity end.
Oh, nice.
So you're back there kind of floating, literally floating over, and like you can see the sunset. So we had Icon brochures, and we went through about half of them this weekend. A lot of people had heard about Icon, seen the commercials, and so that's a lot coming up on the cruises for new ships. Okay, and speaking of new things and cruise lines, one of our favorite things, I know is one of your favorite things, are the private islands and private clubs. A lot of cruise lines have. You are the Bimini Beach Club queen for Virgin Voyage. They have a statue for you there, right?
Yes.
And you also, you stopped at Ocean Cay?
Oh, I love that one.
Ocean Cay's MSC's private island. Another one of my, that was my favorite part of MSC.
Yes.
I almost said a different word, but that was a highlight of that trip.
Yes.
That's a good way of putting it.
Oh, it was gorgeous.
Royal Caribbean has Perfect Day at Coco Cay, and that's like, has won every award. They pumped $250 million in that place. It's amazing. Tamara will vouch for that. You got Harvest Cay within the region. You got Beach Club. But a lot of these cruise lines now are starting to have private clubs, similar to the Bimini Beach Club with Virgin. So they're announcing new ones, okay? So there's going to be a beach club. Carnival's building one right now in Bahamas. Royal Caribbean's building one in Bahamas. You know, we've been to Bahamas, and sometimes if you've been there once or twice, you've seen it all.
Yeah,
and a lot of touristy stuff. But they're going to have private clubs that are going to be similar to Bimini, where you go there, pools, beaches, they take care of everything for you. It's going to be, a lot of these are doing that. Disney's going to launch a whole new island. The new Lighthouse Point in Bahamas, which looks beautiful and amazing. And then, for this is at first, Royal Caribbean is basing off their Perfect Day at Coco Cay. They're gonna launch a Perfect Day, and I know I'm gonna butcher this. Leilapa, and it's gonna be outside of it's gonna be in South Pacific. So think Australia, New Zealand. Over there is gonna be Perfect Day at Leilapa, L-E-L-E-P-A, and that's gonna be that'll be very exciting.
You know how good I am with pronouncing.
That's why I should have even asked you. What was I thinking? So. You know, these ports, these clubs, these islands have become favorite ports of calls for a lot of our cruisers, and so I'm excited to see all these changes, exciting new things, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of new things, I thought we could transition to any new resorts or any fun things in the all-inclusive world.
Well, as we're all familiar with the Secrets and Dreams brands, Secrets is the adult only, and Secrets has unlimited luxury. But you can also always do a preferred club there, which gives you a little bit more exclusive benefits. They might have a private pool, a beach area, the reservations for dinner. You could have a butler help you with those. So it's pretty much top tier. Well, Secrets is opening their second Secrets Impression. Isla Mujeres. As you know, I said that very slowly. Isn't that it? Isn't it?
I have to see it.
Isla Mujeres.
Ella Mujeres.
Okay. So anyways, they're opening, it's going to open on May 26th. And Impressions is going to be like...
What is that? I've never heard of this.
Or Impression, not Impressions. Impression. It's an ultra luxurious version of the adults.
A step up.
Yes. So there is no preferred, everybody is...
Is it a separate building? A separate resort?
Yes. Yes. High-end everything. Food, your premium alcohol choices. This resort has a rooftop pool and then overwater cabanas that you can rent. And then you can...
I bet they sell out. Man.
Yeah, and then they're lit at night with torches and you can watch the sunset out there. Oh, just an amazing resort and everything. So you don't have to worry about, oh, am I in this club or this area? Everything is just high-end. So that'll be their second Impression, and it is opening May 26th. So
it's called Impression or Impressions?
No S, Impression. Secrets Impression.
Ah, okay.
Isla Mujeres.
I don't think there was any correct pronunciation in that. Okay. But I think that this is making me think of summer travel now.
Okay.
We're kind of in the middle of spring break, so we need to start thinking about the next time we should be traveling. That would be summer vacation. Mm-hmm. And so you just gave us some ideas between Disneyland and
Disney World, Universal Hollywood.
Yeah, you gave us some ideas. You just talked about a new ultra luxury resort. Mm-hmm. Any other summer vacation ideas that should be on people's radars?
Oh my goodness, I'm not sure. I just know that I've been doing a lot of honeymoons, August, September. So maybe an all-inclusive family resort for right before you go back to school. So again, if you started planning your spring break too late and didn't quite work out the way you planned, take that and let's make a plan for you to do something with the family before you go back to school.
One question, we've done a lot of Airbnb, VRBO kind of houses. What's going to be more cost effective for people? Is it going to be one of those or is it going to be an all-inclusive? Because I think sometimes we think those houses are going to save us money, but then I've seen some of these bills for these houses and they're not cheap.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, a lot of them are gone already. I mean, that's usually...
For the summer?
Yeah, that's usually about a year in advance. But if you were to find one, I mean, I guess it depends. If you have a few families going and it's a large home and you're driving and you're splitting the cost. But, with direct flights to get to Cancun, to have all your food and alcohol, no preparation and just relax, I think you might be getting a little bit more for your money there. But it would depend on how you want to travel. If it's one of those where you want to have, I know some people who rent homes, they'll do like a themed food night. Each family takes a night and cooks, maybe Italian one night,
I'll do the
Mexican
pizza.
one night. Yeah. And they just want to chill and hang by the beach, and they're coming from all different places, so driving would be better. It depends on how you want to travel, but that's up to you.
Okay.
Yeah. Either way is lovely.
And there's a lot of good cruise options too. Speaking of the need to plan travel, we've got a couple holidays coming up. We got Memorial Day and Labor Day. Labor Day is the end of the summer, but I think this doesn't hurt to start planning. Those are good weekend getaways, right? Yes. You got the long weekend. Maybe you take off Friday, so you got 4 days. Mm-hmm. What would be a great getaway spot for you? You thinking a big trip of 4 days down all-inclusive, or are you thinking like driving to New York City or Chicago? What kind of 4-day weekend are you thinking?
Well, I think...
For Memorial Day or Labor Day?
Memorial Day or Labor Day. Okay, so for families...
Give us both.
Or anybody, because I think families might be tough because you're at the end of the school year and then you might be moving kids back to college or starting the school year. But, I think I did a 4-day in Punta Cana on direct flight, and I think that worked out well.
Except when you fell.
Except when I fell, but that's okay. I'm all better. You just had
too much water, I think. Too hydrated.
I'm all better and healthy now. But I also am a big fan of the quick getaway to, you could go towards Ocean City, Maryland, Virginia Beach. Those would be some nice getaways. But again, I think those might be, booked a little far in advance for that getaway.
Even Labor Day, you think?
I think so, because I think that's kind of everybody's last hurrah. So, and prices for all-inclusives that time of year, because I've been working on them like crazy, they're pretty good. So that might be a better option. And you could do 3-4 nights at an all-inclusive. When you're doing a direct flight, you're there in 3 hours. So compare that to driving 10 hours.
Maybe take the kids out of school Thursday night, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's the beginning of the year. They're not learning too much yet. It's all review.
Well, and you know, for cruises, similar options.
You have some options.
Yeah, but a lot of ours are a little bit, they're getting away from the 3 and 4 night cruises. A lot of the cruise lines, they want the 7 days or more, 5 and more. So you may have to take a couple extra days. Memorial Day is going to be very tight to get cruise options. Labor Day, there's still time to plan. Okay. Yeah. But I think if we were going to be proactive, we should really be looking even further ahead. And I've had some people looking already. We're looking at Thanksgiving and we're looking at the Christmas to New Year's. What are you thinking about those? There's obviously a lot of time, good places.
I've booked a Thanksgiving and a Christmas already for all-inclusives. And I think, again, it depends. Now, my Thanksgiving people are going to leave the day after Thanksgiving. So they've got
Black Friday.
Yeah, so they got a little bit more for their money because they're not actually spending the holiday there. But there is availability, and you know, it's that time of year where I think you're not maybe thinking about it now because the sun's starting to come up. It's going to be warm here. It's going to be beautiful in Sandusky like it is in the summer. But come November, it's not fun. It's not fun. So you think about that now. Again, small deposit. Take your time to pay it off. As long as it's paid off within 45 days before you leave, you're good to go. So I had a couple families do that. And yeah, I've looked and there's some good availability still.
I have some amazing group space. Yeah. So if you don't want to cook this Thanksgiving, and I think Chrissy was almost tempted at one point.
Yeah.
The brand new Celebrity Ascent. This will be its first voyage in the United States, out of Florida, and it's going to hit just a couple ports.
Do you know?
What is it? The Tuesday, I think, of that week.
Okay.
I think it's the Tuesday. Yeah, somewhere around there. I don't have it right in front of me, but I think it might come back Saturday. Oh. But. Yes, you'd be back in time for work. Don't worry, you don't need to take any time off of work.
I really wasn't thinking about that.
But, you know, last year, because of my parents, they had some stuff going on. We did Thanksgiving, and I'm going to tell you, that's the first time I did a turkey and a bunch of sides. And God bless anyone that does all that work. And so now this year, my proposal is that you let someone else cook at sea. So,
that sounds amazing.
Brand new, luxurious Celebrity Ascent. Drinks are included. Wi-Fi is included, tips are included, and you're on a brand new ship. So
how are the prices?
Not bad, surprisingly. Okay. We could talk offline.
Have to take
so we'll hook you up. Okay, so if you're interested in taking Thanksgiving there, New Year's, Christmas time. Now my cousins we want to do a trip. So I've taken group space out because of them and another couple groups that are looking at that time, and that's a tough time to get rooms, cruise cabins. It's a tough time between Christmas and New Year's. So I've got 3 different ships that are going to be right around there. A 5-day one, a 6-day, and a 7-day one. So there's some different options there, depending on whether we do mass market or premium. Great options there. And then, you know, we've talked about it here, the Madeira trip that Tamara has. She's working on with a friend, a group, to go over there. And, you know, we've seen the video of the fireworks show. So it's a pretty awesome experience. Not a bad price, too. I want to say it was like $1,800 a person
I think that's
without air. But that's a great price and a good experience. And somewhere that a lot of people haven't been to. Yeah. So it could be a great opportunity. So whatever your holidays you're looking for,
start thinking about it now.
And please contact us sooner rather than later.
Spring break, looking for a spring break destination.
Yeah, the week before Thanksgiving, we're gonna have no space then. Okay, so good. Any other news we're forgetting? Did I forget anything else on my little agenda? Oh my gosh,
I think we've hit it all.
Whew, I'm gonna be hungry after this.
I know.
After every episode each week we turn on, I'm like, what are we gonna eat now?
What's for lunch?
Any updates on TGLT? We got some training coming up. Chrissy, you're leaving Friday morning. You're going to Vegas for training. I have a hard time believing you're going to actually train in Vegas.
I've never been to Vegas to work, so this is going to be new.
We'll see what kind of injuries you have.
No, I'm supposed to be busy from morning to night. So, yeah, I'm excited though. So this is my first industry thing. So.
Well, there'll certainly be a trade show. You'll get to go around the booths and see all the different suppliers.
Meet other travel agents. So I'm excited. I'm excited to.
And then there's their training breakout session. Like, what any good topics that you picked that you're really looking forward to, or am I putting you on the spot?
Just different people speaking on all inclusives, different details that just to kind of hone my skills and get as much information as I can to bring it back for everybody.
Well, it's not easy to be the queen of all inclusive, so you got to keep working. You got to keep working at it.
Where's my crown, anyways?
Well, there is a tiara actually down in the office. Tamara will also be going to Spain. She's done these like immersions into countries. She did Madeira. She did Thailand. And now she's going to be doing one in Spain.
Yes.
España. So I know we're very excited to hear about that. Spain is a magical place, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll be doing a little seminar at sea, or they call it Celebrity Learning at Sea class now. And that'll be in the Norwegian fjords in about a month or so, beginning of May.
There?
I'm going to have to bring like a light jacket, I think, just in case. Because it's northern, and it's May and things are just turning and stuff. So we'll work on that. So lots of upcoming groups if we're talking about news in ours. So go to our website. We just updated it recently with all the different groups we have going on. Great ways to save money on travel. One of the groups, I did the UAW presentation. And I locked in an Alaska price for them. And I went and looked, and it's like $600 more a person already.
Wow.
So good savings on the group, so check that out. And I do want to say, I think we might have we talked about the Viking Cruise Night?
I think so last week. But
for all of our friends out there, if you want to learn about Viking cruises, certainly one of the leaders in river cruises around the world, we're going to be doing 2 different Viking cruise nights. One here in Sandusky on May 24th. It's a Wednesday evening. It'll be at the Sandusky Yacht Club. There'll be wine and cheese. I think the whole team will be there. We're going to make sure Chrissy doesn't drink all the wine, but we'll be there, and it'll be a fun and informative evening. So if you want to RSVP for that, you want to do RSVP at TGLtravelco.com. I'm sure I butchered that. So call us and we'll get you RSVP'd. If you're, we have a lot of people in the Perrysburg, Toledo area, a lot of our clients. So we're doing one at the Levis Commons Hilton Garden Inn, and that'll be on Thursday, 25th at 7 p.m. Again, wine and cheese. I don't know if Chrissy's making that roadshow or not. On the wine, but some of us will be there. I need to
drive an hour for wine.
Some of us, or at least I, will be there, along with our friend Mary from Viking Cruises, and that'll be at 7 p.m. there. So again, RSVP at TGLtravelco.com, or call us, and we'll get you RSVP. There's no cost. Wine and cheese, learn about the event. We may have some fun and games. There's going to be some door prizes. And also, we have some group space, which will get you big savings on Viking Cruises. And I think there may be a little extra incentive if you come to our cruise night and you book. So I'm very excited about that. So that's coming up, and we'll finish up with, you got any interesting bookings or anything fun you've done? You just were busy with a couple honeymoons, I think, weren't you?
Yeah, lots of honeymoons. Love is in the air.
Not in our office.
There's no love there.
I glare over there. Be quiet over there. Lots of honeymoons.
Lots of honeymoons.
That's good. I just booked a honeymoon too in a suite, so they were very excited.
They're fun because everybody's happy and wants romance, and so those are fun to do.
Wonderful. And we've got 2 more bridal shows coming up in April, so love is in the air. Before you know it, those are coming up.
Yeah.
So I think that's everything, unless you have anything else you want to cover or anything else you want to share.
No, I don't think so. I think we covered it all.
Well, I have to catch my breath because we did cover a lot today. A lot of happenings going on in the travel industry, a lot of bookings, a lot of fun trips. So if any of these things sounded helpful or interesting, any of these trips sounded like they were meant for you, you want to contact us through the email, info@tgltravelco.com. Call us, 1-855-LIVE-TGL. Message us, whatever's easiest for you. Get a hold of us. We will help you out.
Yes.
And we'll make sure you have a fun, amazing, stress-free vacation.
Yep.
So thank you, everyone, for watching.
Thank you.
We will see you next time. Have a great week, everyone.
Bye.